Tonight on Zadanza, we look at a very different kind of Christian website, and maybe we'll catch up with some of the messages you guys sent to the official Zadanza Gmail account. And lastly, if we got some time, another look at the love dare. All that and more on
Zadanza.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Stream time. What? It's Juneteenth. I did not get the day off work. I don't think you did either, Zod.
Nope.
So that kind of
People,
sucks.
people at my work were standing around being, "What's Juneteenth?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
But hey, you know what? That's all right. Some of you maybe did. Congrats to you if you did. If not, or maybe you're not in America, maybe one day we'll get there.
As your shitty uncle said, they already have a holiday anyway.
Ooh,
You've never heard
yeah.
that?
No, I mean, yeah, but like, well, when they say well, I don't know. I don't want to go there. There's already so much division, hate in the world. Let's have some fun. Let's look at a weird website, Zod, that I came across. And before
There's too much division and hate, so let's shit on a Christian
let's
website.
so on that note, I'll get to that too. So this is different from the other website we looked at because, like, okay, there is a theme with like Christian websites where like there's kind of the same similar kinds of stuff. There's some stuff on here you haven't seen before. First off, that's my guarantee. But second off, it's not a bully stream. I'm not bullying people. Okay. And you'll see that they've made shots were fired first from this website. We'll put it that way, right?
So
It's
not a
like
bully stream. You're saying this isn't about Brad Stein then?
this isn't about Brad Stein this time. And again, but even with Brad Stein, I feel like we're just reviewing a thing he put out there. Man. I mean, he put it out there. We're talking about it. It's not the same thing. But these people aren't like public figures, right? And their pictures are on this website and stuff. I still felt okay about it because of the sentiment they shared, but I just don't want to be like we'll see a million comments afterwards on these people's videos and stuff because like we sent them there. I'm more just fascinated, if that makes sense. I don't know if I am making sense. Am I making sense right now?
Sure.
Okay.
All kinds of sense.
All right. Okay. Sure. So yeah, I want to show you guys a little something. But before we jump into that, comments, questions, concerns?
I'm just curious to see what this is all about. Can I share one thing real quick?
Of course.
Well, God damn it. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
And yes, Quinn, this shitty Christian website is different. And I do swear on that. Okay. Oh, yes. Show the people this.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
So Brave Books, by the way, Brave has been on my mind and also like just up in my feed all over everything I log into now, because I'm working on my main channel about doing a more extensive thing about Brave Books and the Iggy and Mr. Kirk show. One thing that popped up is they have this Beat the Flood game, Faith Meets Family game night.
Yes.
And so I don't know how well you can see it, but like Noah and his wife are freaking out along with some animals running away from the flood. So it looks like this is essentially a game where children act out trying to escape the genocide of God.
Yeah.
Before they die. That's pretty cool.
Like, again, it's almost like a parody of itself with these people. Like, this is the nicest way you could have possibly like depicted mortal terror, right? Like, what is happening?
This looks like something atheists would make to be funny.
Yeah. Wow. I wonder how it works. Like,
Grinder says how many bloated corpses come with a game?
Yeah, like obviously it's gonna be a copy of something, right? So is it like Chutes and Ladders or
Humanity says, why are they running away from the boat?
That's also that's a good point. That's a good point. Maybe they gotta go find other animals.
Ages 4+, which shouldn't be surprising. They like get the kids into the biblical
Right.
genocide and terror
Right.
pretty early,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, this I would consider getting this to take a look at on the show. Except I'm not giving Brave Books any of my money, and I would not encourage anybody else to. And I'm certainly not submitting my credit card information to their website because I don't
But
trust them as far as I can throw them.
folks at home, if you found a listing on eBay or other third-party seller, you can let us know at our email address, and we'll maybe we can get it then. But yeah, I agree. Maybe not directly buying on this one would be a good idea. So
Yeah, Brave Books is already charging people like more than twice the average cost for books, and then also selling them an entire streaming service to watch one show and then using that show to advertise their books that you already bought. So, this is one of those things where I take a hard line on giving them any money.
yeah. Um,
Oh,
oops, sorry, I had a
Holly Umbilical Dapple, whatever their name is at this point, it's $40. Fuck. I didn't even see how much it cost.
did it really say $40? Oh my God.
Brave
Wow.
charges outrageous premium prices for everything.
I'd rather buy Settlers of Catan. Where's the Christian version of Settlers of Catan? What do you think that would be? Settlers of Eden or something?
I'm
I don't
looking it
know.
up right now.
That should be a thing if it's not. I would love to have Christian versions of every board game. Like what's the Christian version of like Warhammer 40K, for example? Like angels and demons fighting each other? I don't know. You could do it.
There isn't a specific Christian version of the Settlers of Catan board game. However, the game's mechanics and themes have led to discussions about its suitability for Christians and even inspired some adaptations. One example is The Settlers of Canaan, a game that rethemes Catan with elements from the Hebrew Bible.
Oh, okay.
So
See?
if you're a Christian, you want a Christian version of a settling game, the first thing that comes to your mind is going in and genociding the natives of a specific land, which doesn't seem too
Yeah.
far off brand, I guess.
Well, you have to draw from the Bible, and there's a lot of stories about genocide. So I guess that's
I
just
guess,
how it
yeah,
goes.
that is how the Bible depicts and glorifies settling things. So not a
Yeah,
lot of different options. Why is my hair doing that?
it's not great. But anyway, I would like to share with you guys this website now if you're ready. Prepare your eyes, prepare your eyes. It's about to be a lot here. And I zoomed in a bit to make this look right, and so it's gonna be a little funky looking, but it's already a funky looking website here. So
This looks very 90s.
it's awesome, and it is still current. Look, they even got the time, 9:10 p.m. June 19th, 2025. You never see that these days, you know?
Apparently, its code was suitable for the Y2K crisis.
Yeah. So this is WTSA2.com, which is wider than snow appliances. This is in fact a Christian appliance store, and it is active. And spoiler alert, they have a YouTube channel that has been updated as recently as a week or two ago. So this is not a old abandoned site. This is where business is still conducted, which is great.
It sure
Um,
should be.
so what are your thoughts so far on what you said here? Let me try to zoom out.
So
Uh, no, that
first
banner's
off,
just not gonna work. Okay, that's cool.
the this is
Yeah.
the animation that first grabs your eye is someone running away from flames,
Right,
and it has non-King James versions of the Bible apparently in hell along with the Quran.
right.
They
They
have the
are
American flag and the Christian flag, and then there's a one thing that I'm curious about is that flag you're hovering over, that blue
so
flag.
I looked this up. It is the flag of South Carolina. So because they are located in South Carolina. So
Okay,
which is like,
cool.
what's going on? South Carolina? What's going on with this flag? Why do you look like you're from like the Middle East? What's happening here? Who chose that? That's kind of crazy looking, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm surprised they didn't change that flag for looking too Muslim.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got a crescent moon and like a palm tree. Like that just I don't know. It's kind of wild, but it's cool color, I guess. Anyway, so a lot of things happening here. We'll just maybe start by
Oh
kind
my
of brief.
gosh.
Yeah.
The text on the right-hand column, you'll probably get to it.
Yeah, well, let's go through it and sort of
Yeah.
read what.
I'll,
Oh, by the
I'll,
way, you can add this page to your favorites, of course. Oh, that pop up won't show on the screen share, but there is a pop up to add it to your favorites if you want to do it. So yeah, as you can tell, they got some opinions about um people who read the Quran, the ESV version of the Bible, the Message version of the Bible, and the NASB version of the Bible. Only King James is allowed on this
the
site,
NASB is the most literal translation of the Bible that's ever been put
but
into
it's not
English.
King James. It's
That's
not
true,
King
yeah.
James, right? So that's where you're
By the
wrong.
way, Real Pumpkin J, that's so basic I can program that with my secondary school informatics knowledge from the early noughties. Thank
Yeah,
you for the super chat, Real Pumpkin J.
yes,
That's the
thank you
first thing
for
that crossed
subscribing.
my mind is this looks like hard coded in HTML. Like I could have sat down and done this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the whole site is kind of like this. It's pretty awesome. Well, I'll just start reading through here. We got Wider Than Snow Appliances, your smart choice economically and environmentally. We service / repair appliances, washers, dryers, stoves, wall ovens, or refrigerators in your home. Anderson, Greenville, Easley, Greer, Simpsonville, all these places. WTSA sells new and appliance parts, and you can call that number. That's great. Also on the side here, click here to book a harpist for your next special event. If you found WTSA by being tagged to a Bruce Gerinser's atheist website, then realize that he is on a mission to troll and dox us because I confronted him for his blasphemies. We advise you not to waste your time by visiting his site, lest his atheism and vulgar writings laced with curse words get into your minds, start appealing to your logic, then corrupting your soul. Reading 2 Corinthians 10:5. I went to this gentleman's website. He is an atheist blogger, and it looks fine. It's just an atheist blog site, and so we can maybe look at that in a bit. But yeah, safe to say that this is not your typical sort of appliance website, I would say.
Yeah,
So
really typical response to an atheist. Hey, they're blasphemous. Don't even go bother. Don't look. Don't look at what the atheists say.
right, I like the line. Don't let them appeal to your logic, which is that is an interesting choice. Um,
uh,
But yeah, I do like that. Again, you can get a harpist on this website as well, because why not? I get it. I get it. You gotta chase that money. The reason why you can get a harpist is because I believe this is the gentleman's wife that does the harp services, and we can look at that in a bit too. But let's
why use one font when you can use 12?
Oh, you can use a million. Yeah, all different colors. I think this is just straight up like there is no like modern sort of syntax or coding to this website. I say coding, but I believe it's all HTML. Like there is no other languages going on here, which is again impressive in 2025. If you know anything about web design, that is the bare bones basics of what you can do with the site, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, oh yeah, there's another one. We also sell Rachel's Forever Friend, which is a children's book that helps people cope with the death of loved ones. Remind me about that later. We'll go. We can go back to that.
Boy.
So again, just a lot of different products and services on here: appliances, harps, and coping with the death of loved ones. That's all in one place. Where else do you need to go? I miss the times when we only go to like 5 different websites these days, right? You go to Facebook, you go to Reddit, you go to YouTube. You used to have to go to different websites. Now, it's all the same, but there's some charm here, I think.
Asher says generally looks like the website built in keyboarding class in 1999. That's what everybody's saying basically. They've all
Yeah.
done this in like school age projects, and
Yeah.
it looks like pure HTML. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
go ahead.
100%. Again, which I gotta respect it. Doing business, doing business on a 100% HTML website is in fact a choice. And you know what? More power to you for
And
doing
once you
that.
make that choice, you might as well go right in for the lime green.
Just never update it ever again. Who cares about modern stuff? You don't need it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Who cares?
You
Um,
can tell they did some research because they Googled which color is most offensive to the human eye
yeah,
for a background.
yeah. And also, I didn't really talk about this, but I love this, like, like without Jesus and whosoever was not, don't be caught dead without Jesus. This, it just rotates so fast. It's like, wow, they're really, they care about their values a lot, you could say.
Really?
Um, Yeah. So let's read this one here. WTSA's customer base has steadily grown because of our integration of biblical principles in the conducting of our business. Somewhat like Smith Barney's motto from yesteryear, we make money the old fashioned way, we earn it. At WTSA, we manage our business the old fashioned way. We provide our customers quality service and reliable products at affordable prices, yet without omitting the customer's most important expectation, integrity, which is fantastic. Fantastic for them. Um, are those biblical principles, providing quality service and reliable products at affordable prices? As I don't remember reading about that one in Ecclesiastes or whatever, but according to
I don't know.
them.
I wonder if he serves atheists or the gays.
Oh, interesting you point that out. We'll get to that. Yeah, so they got some more stuff here. Let's talk about this paragraph here. Off the, they talk about what they service and what they don't service. Again, in different fonts and text, so you know what to look at first. It makes it really clear. But let's look at this. In brackets, a side note. The colors of the rainbow do not actually represent sodomites, aka gays, which really means merry or happy. The sodomites have hijacked the sign of the rainbow and claimed it as their own symbol. What? But in reality, they hold. I, I do like that "what" in the middle.
What?
Just the, what? It's really great. But in reality, they hold to the lifestyle of Sodom, which is why Jehovah Elohim, a god in brackets, destroyed the quote old world unquote, along with man's hatred and perverseness. Apparently, he didn't do a good job because there's still gay people around, but that's besides the point. Um,
Is I may not be an expert, but is using the name Jehovah Elohim kind of like referring to a president as Abraham Lincoln, George Washington?
Yeah, that is kind of interesting because usually you hear one but not both, right? Both is kind of
Yeah.
a lot. That is kind of interesting. Uh, the
Kip
LGBT.
Davis. Kip Davis says Jehovah Elohim, kill me.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for sure. The LGBTQ takes a perfectly good biblical symbol of God's promise to never destroy the earth again by a worldwide flood because of wickedness, such as homosexuality. Homosexuality being capital H, by the way. Capital H homosexuality is the only real kind of homosexuality, in my opinion. Then uses it for their own behaviors, which is against the Bible and the Quran.
Okay.
I don't know
I,
why he specifies that as a Christian, but
I
it's
did I did I did not see throwing a gesture out to the Muslims as a
yeah.
as
That's how he's drawing in business. We can get the Muslims in too because we both hate gay people. That's the sort of common denominator, I think. Um, it's sad, but the homosexual crowd is not truly gay because happiness slash joy is a fruit of the Holy Ghost. Their suicide rate is a witness against them of their lifestyle, which God detests. They even
ooh.
attack each other in their perverted relationships. Notwithstanding, every human being, straight or otherwise, is in a sad condition of the sin curse and is in need of deliverance through Christ's everlasting gospel. That's everlasting, by the way, not everlasting. Yeah, so they need deliverance, and they need it through the gospel. Now back to business. We also carry a supply of used appliance parts, which can save you a bundle of money over the cost of new. Which is like, wow, that's great.
Yeah,
Just drop
Kip,
us an email drop as
burn the Quran, but it also totally reinforces the point I'm trying to make.
yeah, like it's pretty uh, like I'm used to again, having Christian websites hating on gay people. That part's not new. I guarantee you've never seen a website pivot so fast to selling used appliances, though. There's some novelty there, I gotta say. So I appreciate that for what it is.
Those
Um,
homosexuals are not truly gay because being happy is a sign of the Holy Ghost. Now,
and,
back to
and
my washer and dryer
anyway,
set here.
you want to get a Whirlpool brand for this washing machine? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I love the ending qualifier too. Christians always do this. And by the way, we're all sinners.
Yeah. By the way, yeah. But yeah, talking about like people being I don't know, the suicide rate and stuff is also just extremely fucked up. That link, by the way, is to a link to the Los Angeles Times, which is an opinion piece kind of called "Thinking to the Unthinkable: What Led to 4 Teens to Torture, Murder a Child." And of course, the implication there is I don't think the article actually says this. I did a cursory read through, but I think he's saying that they murdered and tortured a child because these torturers were like gay or something. I think that's what they're going for, which is, obviously very hateful and just very stupid. But yeah, in case you were wondering what's all going on there. Anyway, about these washing machines. Now, you want to get something really load bearing. I don't know.
Well,
Just really cool.
what I just absolutely find appalling is you just sit here and shit on gay people like this for a whole paragraph on just a business website.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, why in the world do they ever commit suicide? Like,
Yeah. I
maybe try not being shitty toward them and abusive toward them and encouraging your entire customer base to hate them.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But at the same time, I can't help but laugh just because of the whiplash of
Yeah.
it all. Like I've never seen I've seen brazen before. I've never seen business with pleasure mixed in such a way. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting. And I like this phrase too. Just drop us an email. Drop us an email, which is a great way to say that. I think.
It sounds like he wants to send us a pizza roll.
Yeah, it really does. Um,
Just
and
drop us an email. Drop us an
now,
email.
now I want to point out this line to you here, Zod. They say call is, and then this number, which I think they mean to say call us. Again, really great stuff. But this right here, call this number basically to speak to a live European American citizen about a product you've seen on WTSA2.com, which you're interested in.
I knew this
Ye-
was bad, but I did not see. I guarantee you'll speak with a white person coming.
Oh
Holy
yeah.
cow.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
from what I've seen or what I've heard from somebody else who's seen this site, there is even more outwardly sort of white supremacist stuff on here that they actually, I think, changed on the site, which is like kind of interesting that they made a change to that and not this other stuff. But yeah, European American, which is like, okay, what if you get someone from Spain? Like, does that not count as, I don't know. Yeah, that's their way of saying white
Well,
person, I
European
guess.
American doesn't count like, Italians and Irish.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, just some wild stuff on the
I
front
was going to
here.
make a comment about whiter than snow appliances, but I guess they were thinking it already.
They were thinking it already, Zod. They were already on that. So here's another paragraph here. Aside from our business ventures, why did everybody back in this? I'm assuming this was maybe back in the 90s, but they always had a thing where they have to capitalize something. In this case, business ventures. They love it. Anyway, aside from our business ventures, WTSA endeavors to actively promote the old-fashioned gospel of Jesus Christ, as revealed in the King James Bible. Emphasis on that. Call us if you want to book us to help conduct your loved one's funeral. We can preach and provide heart music to bring comfort and closure to your loved one's death. So again, just like the lots of businesses going on here. They do a lot of stuff. And they do even more than what's advertised on here, which we'll look at in a bit when we get to the YouTube channel. Um,
I,
so
I
yeah.
actually I just now Googled WTSA. It turns out it not as far as I could tell, but I actually was legitimately curious to see if that was like actually a racist abbreviation they're trying to mimic.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. Um, But yeah, you got these, little gifts here. You love your little gifts. King James version, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think I literally said that earlier too. Which is really funny. And look, they got all these different verses to compare to,
Oh yeah, the
real good.
good old. They admit that verse in the NIV thing. Oof.
Yeah. Now they do have a YouTube channel for Whiter Than Snow
The
Appliance.
NIV contains over 64,000 less words. Okay, and never mind.
Yeah, it's going too fast for anybody to actually like um understand or see what's going on. So we have a couple different options, and this is a choose your own adventure thing. So I do want us to look at the contact us page and maybe the Harpist page and the inventory page, but also the YouTube channel. And I think the YouTube, maybe we should just do the YouTube channel next because I think the YouTube channel is also primo.
I'm going to leave this in
Um,
your hands because you obviously
all
know what
right,
you're doing with this. So
let's go to this YouTube
take us.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what you would expect. Maybe. How about that?
So we can
Um,
get appliances, repair, funeral service, harp services, anything else.
yeah. A lot of different stuff here. So here's the Whiter Than Snow YouTube channel, 224 subscribers, 511 videos, which
God
is a lot.
damn.
That's not a small amount for a business that sells refurbished appliances.
I feel like that's
Um,
more than they needed to make.
Yeah. So let's look at the description. Welcome to our channel. Here you'll find videos related to absolutely beachy enterprises, appliances, marriage, ministry, politics, Porsches, and more. Be sure to visit us at, and they got a BitChute link here, and click subscribe to view our latest videos, which aren't censored by Big Brother YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. So it again gets weirder. And then they have be sure to like and subscribe, and then they list their YouTube channel on their channel. You don't have to do that. Uh, here you will find helpful and informational videos from Whiter Than Snow Appliances, Absolutely Beachy ENT, Hope in God Bible Club, and our 2-in-1 miniseries of Piedmont, South Carolina, USA. Unless you're a scoffer and Christ rejecter, be sure to share our channel with your friends, family, and social media platforms. Oops. I guess I'm sharing it in a way they didn't want me to do it, but and then he puts his name here, which is not great. Don't want to dox anybody, but I mean it's kind of there. So yeah, great little channel intro.
I
Uh
I
mhm.
had I had in-laws who were like just massively freaky King James onlyists and
Mm.
down every conspiracy read. And this looks like stuff that they would like hand little booklets they'd hand out and stuff like that. The thumbnails of these videos. This feels familiar, I'll just say.
Yeah, it's interesting. So you can see the view count. We got 17 views, 9 views, 18 views. Not the most popular things on youtube.com, but let's look at some of these titles. Why Christians should make biblical choices and have accountability partners. Okay. 3 key steps for you to be set free from addiction. Okay. Day of
That's a
Pentecost,
lot of
birthday of
writing
the
he's holding
church.
up. Sorry.
Yes. So you can kind of see I gave it away a little bit here, but a lot of these are this guy kind of preaching and his wife just kind of sitting on the couch chiming in. Um, which is again a choice. He's got a nice hat on this one. That's a real good one. And you might have also seen they do have a puppet show going on with some of this
Oh,
as well. So lots of really great content. Let me show you this one. Alien bonds, how to prevent them and what to do if your conduct triggered them. I know that looks crazy and clickbaity. It is not about alien Zod. It is about being gay. I'm just letting you know right now. I was very disappointed. I thought we were gonna get some alien lore in here, but no. Alien bonds refers to I guess same sex attraction.
holy cow!
In
These
this
things are
case,
way too long.
they're very long. Yes,
When I
they're
saw the
very,
numbers
very
of
long.
views, for some reason it gave me the impression that these were like, 2 to 5 minute long videos. No, these
No,
are
they're
long.
very long. We are not going to watch all of any of these, but I do maybe want to show you just a snippet, just so you get the vibe. And this one, Zod, is a great one to do it with. Who are and what makes people skeptical of God,
Oh,
and
please
ways to
do share.
confront them. So that's a good one. In fact, this is the one where I took the our thumbnail for our video, because it's good. Um, it says, God, why did they come to conclusion? Well, why do they reject overwhelming evidence? Why did they come to conclusion, God? I don't know. Um, but it's really good. You want to see a little video here, a little
Oh,
peek?
please, yes.
Okay, great.
I
Um,
need to know
I
why they
have this
think.
one open on a different page, so let me switch pages and do that.
Miranda says, "Wait, being gay is caused by aliens?"
Yeah, that's something. Okay, so we'll start with the beginning here. Let's see if you can hear this okay.
Hi, everyone. We want to welcome each and every one of you back to 2-in-1 Ministries, and we want to say thank you for joining us today. The next time we meet, we are going to be starting a new series called Restoring the Soul, and that was produced by Erwin Lutzer, who is pastor of the Moody Church in Chicago, Illinois. And this series is going to be dealing with positive healing in an age of brokenness. So I trust that this new series we are going to be starting will be a tremendous blessing to all of you.
Yeah, it's great. This couch has been there for 50 years, right? Like that is a 50-year-old couch, I think. Um,
Yeah. My mind automatically like picks up a grandma smell just by looking at that couch.
and not to shame people for the furniture that they have. I don't know their living circumstances. I really don't know these people, but damn if that ain't a couch. Let me tell you, that is something. Yeah, that's a grandma couch for
That
sure.
couch looks very expensively uncomfortable.
Yes. I would say that that's true. Okay, I'm gonna speed ahead here. Let's see.
This will be very helpful to
You
all of
you want to
you.
know what I
So
bet?
Yeah. What's up?
Sorry, I'm spacing on the name. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
thanks again for joining us with our teacher, my husband, Todd Frederick.
Yeah, they're in I kind of doubt that there's any skeptics out there.
Is he like the Tiger King or something?
He kind of like the Tiger. I like how he says, I kind of doubt there's any skeptics out there. I kind of skipped over this, but she's saying that this one's about talking to skeptics. So if you're a skeptic, maybe you should watch. So I guess we're watching it. And he says, I kind of doubt there's any skeptics out there, which he would normally be true, except he's got a whole lot of them watching this video right now, which is very funny. But yeah, this is their dynamic. She sits on the couch and he just talks for the next hour. That's kind of their whole thing. Which, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You love to see supportive marriages, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, but she's not allowed to
If
preach, obviously. So
that didn't count as preaching what she just did.
no, I think that was just announcements. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
know,
Okay. I guess it
man,
depends on how you theologically define preaching.
well, a woman can't lead over a man. Zod. That's just not biblical. That's just a great point from Real Pumpkin J, who gave $1.99. Says that couch has been married with children. And I agree. That couch has seen some things.
If JD Vance watched this video, he would probably keep a screenshot of that couch in his phone for.
Yeah, I don't know. That couch is older than most people, I think. But let's just see with again the vibe of the preaching here.
We are finishing this chapter, which is the last part of the book, and we're hoping that it touched some lives out there that have watched and put a fire in your soul about soul winning and stuff like that, because time is shorter than it was even last week. The Lord's coming back to take the church out, and we have to realize that what work is need to be done is got to be done quickly. And so we're going to deal with all these different topics of types of people and religious groups that they're in and this type thing. And so now we're talking about the skeptics.
Isn't this
No,
like really thrilling and enthralling? How does this get so few views? Is what I'm wondering. You
no
know?
wonder he had her open. He wanted to get over that 30-second mark with like an articulate person talking. He can
Yeah.
barely even understand what he's saying.
Yeah. That's
And so I just hope this really encouragement to and
that's what's crazy, because it's like this guy has done this clearly for probably a while, and it's like, this is how you're presenting. Like, do you not watch your own videos? Do you not see how like that's not like the best way to talk about stuff? I don't know.
slow down, enunciate, maybe get a microphone to put on that podium.
Yeah. And so, to be honest, the points here are just not very interesting or very deep for us to talk about. Nothing that we haven't really seen too much before from what I've seen. And I'm also going to be honest with you, I skipped around with this video. It's boring as hell. And there's, other videos on the channel. So I will leave it at there and maybe show you some other ones that are on the channel.
Well, before you go never mind.
Oh, what's up?
If you bring that up, will the video be at the same place?
Here, I'll bring up that page. I still have it. This
Miranda
one.
said the look on the wife's face right now.
She's like, oh god, I have to listen to this shit again. Yeah.
It's like Melania hanging out with Trump.
It kind of is, but like at the same time, she was smiling. She was ready to, hear about the Lord, and she interjects every once in a while, I think, from what I've seen. So I don't know, like she seems to be into it. So that's something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good for them. They get to be united in their hatred of gay people, I guess.
Melania smiles too until she thinks Trump's not looking.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't sense animosity in this relationship, but I don't know.
No, I don't. But that was a funny little moment.
Yeah. So let's see if I can find, and this one's way down here. I might need to get to it. But you see some random stuff like to remove a Maytag wash plate. Like stuff that's related to their business also kind of gets mixed in here. And of course,
should
this
you be giving away your secrets?
What's that?
Should you be giving away your secrets?
My secrets? What do you mean?
No, if you're a repair shop, should you be showing people?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you're trying to get traffic to your site and you make like a really good video, there could be a strategy there. But yeah, here, like, solved Maytag washers no spin problem. Right next to what is the true meaning of Christmas? Who are we really celebrating? It's a really bizarre juxtaposition. Here's another one: 2000 Toyota Tundra for sale. Walk around video. Like, I kind of love it. Oh gosh, now I'm worried I'm not going to find it because there's just so many videos. But they do have one about hair gel that they also apparently are selling. And wow, I forgot where it was. Oh man, that one's a real treat.
I guess it's easy to make 500 videos if you don't put any effort into any of them.
Yeah. That's fair. You see they had like a different setting going on at the beginning, and look, there's their wedding renewal, so that's cute. From 10 years ago. So again, they've been posting for a while. Gosh, where's this video? All right, I'm gonna scan for just a few more seconds, but if I don't find it, we can move on. Basically,
it really takes persistence to make 500 videos over the course of 10 years for like 10 people.
Right. And more power to him for that, I guess. But again, it's just Ford Triton engine, results of capping off blown out spark plug. How to stop the riots and revolution in America. Like,
oh my gosh,
wow.
Dude.
This guy's just very passionate. Prophetic updates on Israel and the church. Ooh, that one might have been interesting. Maybe.
Probably not,
honestly. All right, man, I'm bummed because I can't see it here, but basically he has one talking about, oh Jesus, look at this. Look at that thumbnail for this one. I did not
what
see
in the
this.
world.
High crime, national debt, trans issues. Is America at war with God?
Oh my gosh.
That is such a wait. As far as the thumbnail game, though, hold on. They kind of got it though. Like that's really funny. They know a little bit of YouTube. You know what I mean? If they put more effort into it.
They
don't
got
know.
themselves 26 views on that one, so good job,
They got
guys.
26 views. That one's really funny. I did not see that. No, so the one I wanted to show you was him advertising a hair gel product and him talking about how great this like hair, it's like a regenerative hair product that it shows him putting like on his head. And again, not to shame the guy's looks or anything, but it's like, buddy, you are the last person to convince me of this hair product, dude. Like it doesn't look like it's working out for you. You know what I mean?
Quinn says, if I buy hair gel, do I get a discount on my next funeral?
Probably. I bet they would do it. Yeah, so let's I will I guess show, here's the one. I did see this one from before. They got like a thing for the Simpsons on that. How to resolve marital conflicts amicably and how to reduce future ones. So there you go. Maybe some practical advice.
They also really like showing pew-pews in their thumbnails.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just overall strange things. Let's click on, I will show you some of these. Oh, sorry, audio warning here. These are kind of
Oh, we got the felt board going.
yeah. Wait, did it transfer to the, oh it did. Okay. I thought I had to click to a new one. I'm gonna turn that
Hope
down.
in
That's
God
all loud.
Bible Club.
Yes. Let's just show you some production.
Hey, does anyone hear those Christmas bells?
Yes, I do, Ruth. I think it's about that time of the year, don't you? Let's
So
sing
close
a
to the camera.
Christmas song to the boys and girls.
Sounds great. Away in a manger, no crib or a bed.
It's-
Oh my word.
I do I do like that she's trying to make both of them sing at the same time with just herself. Oh yeah, Baggy, you got something?
Suck ass. You can barely even see them. Their faces are like right on top of the camera.
They're so close to the camera. I don't know what the choice was here. She probably didn't have a viewfinder and like didn't actually see what it looked like. That's my only.
Well, and like you said, she's probably doing both of them, and so she has to be close enough where you can't see her, and she can, I don't know.
Well, for the rest of the video, like she's kind of,
One is called Your
you know,
Room.
in front of this thing here, and like
Is she a
Excuse me
dunce
here.
or what's going on?
it's a party hat. She's partying.
Wow.
Look at
I
that.
And what's with
see.
those
They do
creepy ass
that.
cardboard?
Those do look fucking creepy, right? That is hold on, let's zoom in on that. Can we
Are
zoom
those
in?
aliens who came to make baby Jesus gay?
Oh, it won't let me zoom in on the actual video. Yeah, those are again, you know, this lady obviously does a lot with arts and crafts, so don't want to knock her for that. That is the worst possible fucking child you could have drawn. Like, holy shit, look at that smile. That is insane looking, right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine waking up in the middle of the night, you gotta like go to the bathroom and you see that cardboard cutout child on your way, you know?
Also, just purely in terms of like trying to garner a YouTube audience, aside from the fact that just absolutely sucks, nobody would watch it anyway.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
common sense. This, what is it? Hope in Jesus Bible Kids Club or something like that with puppets and stories and stuff. Why are you putting this in the middle of like hour-long videos of some dude sitting there talking about gays and the apocalypse and the transes and fixing cars and hair gel? Like,
Yeah.
separate your kids' videos, if nothing else, and have a whole Hope in Bible Jesus Kids Hour branding on its own. Like, it doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
I agree.
Quinn says, "Is there
Because
raffia?"
is there
You
raffia
already-
though?
You already got it.
That looks like a whole thing of raffia right there under baby Jesus, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's straight up hay. That looks like alfalfa.
Yeah. And look, you know, Zod, not everybody's on that YouTube grind, right? Some people are just making videos just to make videos. And you know what? That's fine. But like they know a thing or two about making, I don't know. I'm conflicted because on the one hand, it's like really crappy and I like it that it's crappy. I don't want this to get better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want it to stay the crap that it is. But at another thing, it's like it's 2025. There's so many tools and tutorials and things to make everything better, but you do have to try. And it doesn't look like they've they really care about that. They just want to record their sermons or whatever. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and you don't have to even be trying to get on the YouTube grind.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about getting views or hitting the algorithmic stride or anything like that. It's just purely, do you want kids to be able to find your videos and watch it and enjoy it? They're not going to sift through long sermons and truck fixing videos and appliance shit to watch your stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
So just to show you, they do use these two figures in other things. Here's one for Adam and Eve. And it's like, again, being crafty, being useful of your resources, you couldn't make another goddamn face besides the face you see here. It's even creepier when they're naked, I think. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that made a little bit of sense when I thought it was something they whipped out really quick once. The fact
Look
that
at
they're
this.
reusing these is just totally inexplicable to me.
So look at this tree of death. Knowledge of good and evil. This is a creepypasta. This is an ARG. This is an alternate reality game, I think, that we've stumbled across and has been waiting for us to play it and figure out who the murderers are or whatever.
What's the alternate reality thing? I don't get it.
Oh, you don't know about alternate reality games?
No.
That's like those, basically people who like post stuff in like an analog horror sort of setting will be like, oh, this is like found VHS footage, right? And like the YouTube commenters and people are supposed to kind of figure out like what's going on in the videos, and it becomes like a game. It's like one of those things. It's kind of a whole genre of things. But anyway, yeah, no, it's well, I say that to say it looks like they're trying to be deliberately creepy, and you could do something with this aesthetic, I think, of weird Sunday school video sort of vibes, I guess. Yeah, but it's just
There could be like a knock at the door and somebody opens it and there's creepy music and you just see those two standing there staring at you.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot that could be done there. But I want to go back to the website now. So we can take a little bit more on that, because I'm sure you're wondering, well, what does buying a product on this website actually look like? So let's go into the inventory page here. And first of all, the Google cracks me up. That is old ass Google. And I don't even know if have I searched anything on here. What happens when I search? Oh, it just straight up takes me to Google. It just opened up another tab. So that's cool. In case you need a shortcut to Google, it's right there in the middle of your website. So that's really great. So
yeah, there's questions about why they have a tree of death. Kip's saying they're juxtaposing the tree of knowledge with the tree of life.
Yeah,
that's kind of thinking too, that they died after eating from the tree of knowledge.
It said tree of death, and the death was in parentheses. So they're trying to say knowledge is death, I guess, which is so on brand. We got $2 from Corkscrewify, who said, I thought the craft people was the couple. I don't know what you mean. Like, yeah, I think it is them. I think they just made it themselves, the same couple. But yeah, very interesting vibes. But
obviously, he'd rather be a preacher than an appliance repairman, so much so he went into the garage and built his own pulpit. It really is sad. Like, you literally made a pulpit or bought one or whatever the guy did, and standing there preaching in your living room.
Yeah, for the world to see. Yeah, I really wonder who it's for, because I don't think he's a pastor of any church. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, here's some of the fridges that you can buy. And look, here's a great feature. You never see this anymore, Zod. They don't do this anymore. When you put your mouse over the image, look, it shows you the inside. You see that?
Oh, wow.
So you can, look at the inside and outside of these bad boys. Really great. Here's some great information. Very legible.
It's like you're opening the fridge with your mouse.
Yeah. It's very cool. There's some stuff there.
Drop us an email or call us to find out our current appliances in stock.
The items.
So you're not maintaining the stock on your page. You're showing random fridges and say call us to see what we
in Comic Sans, which is it's like
call us, and a European American will tell you what we have in stock.
Now, I'm no businessman. Okay, I don't sell appliances, used or otherwise. But I think this website might be bad. I don't think it's very good at the thing that it does, which is, letting people know of your products and services. Um, I think I'd rather go to Craigslist. I think I'd rather hire a guy off of Craigslist to install a fridge for me than go through this website, honestly. Because I just don't know what's happening here. It's pretty wild. But
Corkscrewified, another $2. Thank you. Said they made construction paper avatars of themselves.
you think that's what that is? Okay. So that's what he was saying. Like, is it the couple, like the actual cardboard people? I mean, you might be right. Um, that adds another twist to this, I think. Or it's the lost children that they murdered and kept in the basement. I don't know. Probably not.
I'd like to think that he drew that of her and asked what she thought.
Yeah, I like that lore. That's better. Like, honey, what do you think of this? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's can we use it? Can we use it for the puppet show? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. And then they use it every time.
AR said, "Does the fridges come with bodies?"
Comes with bodies. They kind of look like it, huh? But look, it's a real business. Look, there's even their truck, Whiter Than Snow Appliances. We offer delivery, setup, and haul-away. Varies. Cash sign. So that's cool. I'm glad, I go to your website to learn more information, and that's what I learned. It's pretty dope.
The humanity, let me draw you.
Yeah, that is yeah, I'd love to see that conversation. Here's something that's really funny on here too, which is just they have a Whirlpool electronic control board with the PN number used, and I guess it's unclear. Are they showing this off? Are they selling it? Who needs a Whirlpool electronic control board? And for what purpose? I don't know. But it's there.
If you have one specific old model of fridge that specific part broke on, you want to that looks like something that Salvation Army would sell because some old lady who worked there thought it's electronics. People will need it.
Yeah. Now here's a real kicker on this. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Website designed by WTSA, copyright 2022 at Homestead. Get a website and list your business. The implication being that this was, at least this part of it, was designed in 2022. Like, is that real? Is that true? Did they just what I think maybe they had an old site because it is called WTSA 2, right? And they just like took the code and just like put it in a new server. That's what I think has to be the case because there's just no way that I mean, look how old that Google logo is. I don't know.
Yeah, even if you were just shit at making a website and hadn't kept up with the times, I don't know if the technical capacity exists to make this even by accident. Maybe it does. Can you scroll down to the bottom again? How do they say that?
It says website designed by WTSA, copyright 2022. WTSA is their business, Whiter Than Snow Appliances. I don't know what Homestead is.
So
it's like a website thing.
Among all their other businesses, do they fancy themselves website designers? Is that what I'm picking up here?
That would be sick. I know it's like he's really proud of it. He's like, hey, this was designed by us, in case you want to know. Here's my other side hustle. I design websites for your funeral. If you need a website for your funeral, we can do that too.
You hover the mouse over and the casket opens.
Yeah, the casket. That's awesome. That's sick.
Okay,
yeah,
so David says Homestead was an old website host. I read that two different possible ways. One is that they say it's designed by themselves using Homestead and then goes on to design. I was really hoping that WTSA was the people who design your website, but alas.
Yeah. No, it's Whiter Than Snow. I think. So they do have some other stuff on here with these links. Let's see. Okay, yeah, see it does take you to a new page. So I'm going to show you one of these pages because we don't have to look at all of them. But
You know, the sidebar buttons, and especially how the color changes when you highlight over them, that was like primo back in 1996.
oh
Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
I
Like
I remember trying to figure out how to do that. You know, have the little side things and
if you want my opinion, this shit's still primo. Okay, I think more websites need to be designed like this. But here's their washers and dryers page. This is again WTSA2.com / used dash washers dryers .html. So we are just loading up an HTML page for this, which is
okay. Real quick,
great.
sorry, I just
Mhm.
got to bring up a chat. Maybe they can design the Zadanza
Sick. Oh
website.
my god, we should
If
inquire.
any of you makes a Zadanza website designed like this, you will be my favorite person for the rest of my life.
Here's your restrictions: only HTML. No, nothing else. Not allowed to put anything else. And yeah, I'd absolutely advertise that if we could do it. That'd be so
That would
cool.
be amazing.
I like this GIF right here because it is a guy with a washing machine, and then when you put your mouse over it, SpongeBob is there for some reason with the $1. I have no idea on God's green earth what the thing was here and why it does that, but it's there, I guess.
Apparently, he's
So,
either not aware of SpongeBob or doesn't think he's gay.
yeah,
'Cause I,
yeah.
I, I legitimately would not think that this guy would approve of SpongeBob. Maybe, who knows?
I think you're right. You're probably right about that. And here's another one here at the beginning, man and God. And I guess that's like Satan trying to tempt God. So, the real consistent with the branding. And I love the rotating money GIF. That is primo, I gotta say. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, see, sin separates God. I can't really show you the full GIF because my mouse keeps going over it. But I do love the rotating money signs. That shit's awesome. It's very good.
I also love scroll up to their phone number.
Yeah.
They have the
Mhm.
old fashioned 845 WTSA and then the numbers underneath.
Right.
And my favorite part is they don't put the area code.
You're right. They don't put the area code. That is awesome. Very
This
good.
is like the most old style hillbilly bullshit I've ever seen in my life. You're assuming everybody who's looking at your website is going to be from the same area code that you are.
Yeah. Yeah, and they said they service outside in different areas too, so that's not great. They need to fix that. They need to fix that in the most low resolution image possible too, which is also great. So these are, talking about mostly the business stuff. All nothing like super interesting here, other than the fact I do like this email. That kind of rotates.
It's really hard to read the fine print. All you can stare at is that spinning email logo.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just talking about the warranty and stuff. Nothing too crazy, but just to get you an idea. Let's go to we can talk about reviews or the contact us page. The contact us page is pretty good actually. Maybe we should
Go for it.
wait. Let's see. Wait. Sorry. Okay, I actually meant the reviews page. The reviews page is the one I want to look at next. Contact us does have some stuff on it, but it sucks because again, it pops open a new tab every time, and I have to stop sharing, go to share screen, and go to the new page every time.
I wonder if they
it's
I wonder if
designed.
they have like package deals. Like if he
Yeah.
comes over to fix your washer and she brings her harp and plays while you're getting your
Oh yeah, you might be right.
they need to think of these. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So here's the reviews page. Look, a lot of things happening already. Lots of moving images. Just a note on the side here to those who give WTSA negative feedback. If you don't disclose your names, then you're showing that you're not credible. Therefore, in doing so, you are proving your intentions are for being malicious. So, give no heed to those who are not willing to give their names along with their opinions. Okay. So
If they won't dox themselves, then don't listen
yeah,
to a word they say.
yeah. It's like you just put a fake name. Like that doesn't seem that hard to do if you really wanted to, but
Also, for somebody who prides themselves on the fact that you're going to get a European American answering the phone, therefore, in doing so, you are proving your intentions are for being malicious. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if you called and let's just say didn't get a European American on at your phone bank or whatever that you called, they probably would still be more articulate than almost everything we're reading on here.
I would love it if yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly actually. I would love it actually. What I was thinking was if we could make outgoing calls on this stream because I would love to inquire about more their services and things. But you know, we don't know the area codes. That makes it a bit harder.
No,
Actually, I
they
guess
have
they
the
do
area
have
code
it.
here now.
They do have it there. You're right. So I don't know. Maybe they could tell us more about the Lord. Here's
Yeah,
an
humanity
interesting.
has a good point. I'm going to leave a good review without my name. I bet they won't have an issue with your name
Ooh,
not showing
yeah.
then. That's a really good
That's
point.
a good idea.
Real Pumpkin J says, sorry. My name is James Smith now.
Yeah,
Like by putting that on there, he's just begging people to do stuff like
he
that,
really
right?
is. He really is. This is great because again, you can't see anything on here. Ever feel like your current appliance service company is robbing you blind? Then pick up the phone call. Pick up the phone and call Whiter Than Snow Appliances, and they got this little, picture of a guy taking money from a computer monitor, which is very cool, very great. So for the reviews here, Zod, as you can see, oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling on the wrong page. That's why you can't see that. Okay, you should see that now. Okay. So now you can see that the reviews aren't actually like comments. There appeared to have been comments on this page at one time, and I think people were kind of trolling a little bit and they took it down. What they have left up are screenshots of reviews from other places. So looking at this first one here from Jeffrey, who didn't give his last name, but again, I guess that was okay. From a Yahoo local review on Whiter Than Snow. My best friend and his wife wanted a stainless steel side by side, and we found WTSA on the internet and drove over. The man was nothing but friendly and bent over backwards to accommodate us. 3 years later, this thing is still running like new, and we got it for a fraction of the price. I just referred my supervisor to this company, and my old fridge is about to go out. When it does, I'll be using WTSA to get my next fridge. Well, that's great. It's really good. Posted on 06/25/12. So 2012.
He bent over backwards for us, but side note, it was not in a gay way.
I don't know. It was not in a gay way. Side note. Side note. I did not enjoy it when he bent over backwards for me. I did not enjoy it a lot. Another one here, and this is great because this is a fucking me picture right here from Jamil. I have no idea what website this is from. That is 100% a me
What's
as
a
the
me?
profile picture. And they said,
from the Wii.
yes, from the
Okay,
Wii.
okay.
That is a me for sure. And they say, to his credit, our washing machine is very reliable and was a reasonable price, which is like I mean, I wouldn't put that front and center on your review website, but you guys do you on that. It's just really cool. It's really great.
He got
Many
514 feedbacks.
Yes, lots of feedbacks here. Many
And
thanks. Price is fine. I will do business with you in the future. All the best. W.R. Ewing, Texas. Bought an LG fridge bracket. So they do business outside of the state of South Carolina. Which is
wait,
great.
so two of these are screenshots, and then all of a
Yes.
sudden a third is in this weird text that blend. Wait,
This is all copy and pasted text.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of this is pretty old. These are from 06, 05 even. All of this stuff. I
Well,
here's
I
want
find
to
it's
show you this real quick. This
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
copy and pasted directly, I think, from like eBay because it says like feedback received from buyers, 98 positive feedbacks received by this, 1 neutral, 1 negative. It's like you just copy and pasted this from some other site, like without formatting it or anything. It's pretty wild. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Well, okay. First off, I was going to say it seems a little suspicious that they say 100% positive feedback, over the course of 5. You're going to get some negative feedback, but then they also mention above that if you don't meet certain criteria, they're basically gatekeeping against
Yeah.
anything that seems a little suspicious. So they're totally just sifting out all the negative comments and then bragging that they have a 100% rating. Like, of course you do.
Right. It's yeah, when you can copy and paste just random shit. I don't know. I like
But
this one.
I
A
love
bit
how petty
different,
they're.
but works.
What's that? Oh,
This
bit
was a bit different, but works. That's a great review. You won't put that on there. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe I said the name wrong. W.R. Ewing. Chat's kind of commenting on that, but I don't know. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Well, I love what he says about the negative review at the bottom. Did you read that?
Yes. So we should look at that. Negative. You talking about this one?
Yeah, he basically flames people who leave negative reviews.
Yeah, he does. No, he absolutely does. Yeah, kit missing pieces, not specified in description, won't resolve or give refund, quoting the buyer with the username of Smaker. And then just like, oh, is this again this random crap, this listing here. WTSA's note, Smaker did not adhere to and disregarded our no refund policy. In email exchanges, we explained to Smaker about our no refund policy and the items were used. She changed her initial complaint from the microscope's light bulb burned out, which burned out after she used it, to missing pieces, not specified. She lied in her statement of they won't resolve. The fact is, she refused our concession and sent her the missing pieces, which were inadvertently left out. It's awesome. And by the way, why are they selling a microscope from this side? I don't know.
And scroll up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the product's light bulb burnout after which she expected a full refund, some $26 over a 50-cent light bulb. To this, we deferred her to our no refund policy. I love that they're like shitting on their negative reviewers like this in such a petty sounding way, and also how hard it looks like they're digging in over $26.
Yeah,
they're getting into a big public conflict with one of their customers over $26.
The funniest thing is you don't have to post this. You could just post all the positive stuff. Like, I guess they want to appear honest and put all their reviews on there, right? But like, I don't know. Just don't post it on here. Who cares? Yeah, it's very interesting. Here's a really good one. Check this one out. Oh, actually, sorry. There's 2 of them on here that have extra notes. Here's one. Product worked great. Did not need religious propaganda sent with it though. And WTSA's note, it's attitudes like his, not the Lord God, that sends people to hell. That's sick. That is so cool. Like, imagine doing business with someone and then just telling them they're going to hell because they're bad attitude.
This is a customer service website, like addressing a customer complaint.
Yeah.
And you're the first person who brought up hell.
Yeah.
Nobody said a word about hell, and you brought it up.
It's true. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's like, yeah, I don't need religious propaganda, which you don't if you're buying a fucking like washing machine. Like, I don't think you need Jesus with that. But yeah, they're real big on it.
Yeah, Hollyhock says one of their Yelp reviews says he was preachy during the repair. Like,
yeah,
I don't care who you were. If I was a fundamentalist, dyed-in-the-wool Christian, I wouldn't need some guy preaching at me because it's just going to be annoying, and who knows what he's like. I mean, if you look at his website, but
right. Here's another one.
Oh my God.
The transaction was flawless. I could have done without the religious propaganda. This is from Mike 7066. WTSA's note, this man's prideful attitude in rejecting the Holy Ghost's offer to him of Jesus Christ's forgiveness of sins will send him to hell, not the Lord God, for he wills that none should perish in the lake of fire. If he or you dies without hearing and or heeding to God's words, then hell will be in your eternal home. Please read John 3:18 and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, great.
His knee-jerk reaction to any customer complaint is to say that people are going to hell.
Yeah.
They say they don't want him proselytizing while he's doing their work, and as
Yeah.
as if to prove their point, he starts yelling about how they
Yeah,
rejected.
I don't know if they're going to hell. It's really great. I don't know. I want all of my appliances to be bought with some sort of religious ideology. I think that'll
They-
make it better.
They didn't tell what the all they did is said you were preaching while you're doing this, and you volunteered just how absolutely batshit and horrible it must have sounded.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Here's another note here I want to note. The following was our attempt to expose eBay's problem in their formatting page that people use to list and spell out their refund policy. We originally placed this article on eBay's discussion board, but eBay apparently cannot take negative feedback because they quickly removed it. Well, eBay can't remove it here. Click on the link to read the cached copy of it. eBay's disappearing refund policies. Know this. You must state in the body of your listing the following in bold letters, no refunds. And there's no link here. I don't know what he's talking about on this, just like ranting about eBay and PayPal's policies.
Yeah,
it's really
wider
great.
than snow appliances. It must really suck when people can't take negative feedback.
Yeah, yeah, it really does. Yeah. It must not be very good. Don't forget to add this to your favorites, by the way. If you're visiting, because you should definitely do that. Let's see. I almost forgot about the news page. We got to look at the news page. Hold on. Let's go there.
Absolutely.
Unless you want to stop here, but this news page is pretty good.
I could spend the rest of my life looking at this website.
Good. I'm glad you feel the same way as I do. Here's the news page. Right off the top, Jesus is Lord. Let's remind people. Also, please go to our business, Wider Than Snow Appliances. Like, it's so crude. It's almost a parody of itself, honestly.
The
but,
official website of Wider Than Snow Appliances.
The time is 10:14 p.m. on June 19th, 2025.
In case your computer's not
In
using
case-
Windows, you can just
That's
glance
what's
at that
awesome,
phone.
because it's like I'm like I was very young. I'm pretty sure computers have always kept track of time since they've been consumer products, right? Like I am I wrong about this? I think like ever since the first edition of Windows 95, they had a time
Yeah.
on there, right? What is the purpose of the time? I don't know. I guess it makes sense if you're like dealing with a business that's in a different time zone, but like they're clearly a local business, so I don't know.
What this reminds me of is like when I was in college, when people were first like coding HTML pages and stuff like that. You would just do things just to show that you could do it, kind of like how you have a MIDI playing or have a stupid little animation or have the time. It's
Right.
just because you were showing off that you could have this little feature,
Right.
and
right.
that's the level they're still operating at on a business website in
Yeah.
2025.
In 2025, which is great. There's not enough of this on the internet. I
Okay.
kind of wish the internet looked a little bit more like this,
I've
in
seen a
my
couple
own life.
chats about it, and we really need to look at this comment about the military.
Yeah, no, we'll get to it. That's why I part of this and some other commentary on this page is why I'm glad I remembered here. This is their archive news/op-ed webpage. So we've got funeral services, we've got harp services, we've got children's books, and boy, do they have some opinions if they haven't had some already. Here we go. Should the U.S. military be able to burn Bibles while finding it's not the policy to burn other holy books, such as the Quran? That big questions.
I mean, technically, they're not saying it's happening; they're just answering a question, kind of like,
yeah,
should Wider Than Snow Appliances be able to store babies in its washer and dryers? And like,
yeah. U.S. military burned Bibles before it burned the Quran, yet no apology given by Mr. Obama. ... We're still waiting, Mr. Obama. That's right. We're still waiting in 2025. Where's that apology? Come on, Mr. Obama. Give it to me. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I had to get back to the page here. This is talking about I actually I don't know what this was. Wait, maybe I missed this. Newt expressed the same sentiments as I did when I called the White House on Thursday. I told BHO's comment line that he needs to stop That's Barack Hussein Obama, by the way. I think the
Okay, that
comment
makes
line that
sense.
he needed to stop apologizing about the Quran since there were no apologies given by him to the Christian community when the U.S. military burned a shipment of Bibles sent by a U.S. church to Afghanistan. Todd. Yeah, FYI, BHO, aka Barack. I
You
think
really got to make sure we know.
you gotta remember, a lot of people forget about the Hussein part. You gotta remind them about
I'm
the,
almost surprised he did BHO and not B Husseino or something.
yeah, misspelling
Uh,
Barack too, which is great.
By the way, does that U.S. military burned link go anywhere? Like, is there some kind of
Good question. Let me see. Oh, this is what is this? Edition.cnn.com. Military burns unsolicited Bibles sent to Afghanistan. Unsolicited Bibles sent by U.S. Church were confiscated about a year ago. The Bibles were printed in 2 most common Afghan languages. Military feared they could be used for proselytizing, which is forbidden to troops. Military didn't want to risk any distribution of the Bibles and angering Muslims. Okay, so they had to burn it. What's going? This was irresponsible and dangerous journalism, sensationalizing year-old footage of religious service for U.S. soldiers on a U.S. base, inferring that troops are evangelizing the Afghans. I don't know what's going on here. They're
Oh,
doing
it sounds like
stuff.
this actually did happen, but it was like
Yeah, they had to burn it, I guess, because they weren't supposed to have it. I guess that's kind of an interesting Supreme Court case or something.
well, and it's
I don't know.
it was actually the Bibles. I think the Bibles actually made it to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
They were at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan, and the Bibles got confiscated by a chaplain and eventually got burned. Yeah, that's a little different than you make it sound when you say the military's burning Bibles. Like,
Yeah, of course.
I don't think that has to do with the all the secular leftists in the military going around burning
No.
Bibles because they hate Jesus. This is, you're in a very sensitive situation in an Islamic country, and you don't need to go around inflaming tensions by passing around books of another religion.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, playing this up a little bit for, this audience. This is a good little image right here. This is talking about somebody named Daryl Dow, a crybaby atheist who delights in mocking Jesus and his followers. Again, there's so much happening on here. It does feel a bit schizophrenic having just all these different pictures and things on here. He complains a lot about Obama on here, by the way. Like, all of this is rants about Obama, I think.
For somebody who's trying to maintain like an active business, he is just one openly petty motherfucker. Like,
Mr. Obama is partly right with his statement that America is not a Christian nation. It would be Christian were it not for the liberals, atheists, and other ungodly sorts called U.S. citizens that voted him in. Think about it. What nation has Jehovah Elohim, God the Father, ever let stand and survive without his judgment raining down upon them for the infant sacrifices? For example. Yeah.
wait. What's that last part say again?
What nation has Jehovah Elohim ever stand and survive without his judgment raining down upon them for their infant sacrifices? He's talking about abortion.
I know, but like in parentheses, for example,
question mark. Yeah, no, that's a good bit of writing, I think. This is what AI will never be able to replicate this. This is homegrown right here, which I really like. All of these are like archived in like a weird. Oh man! Oh, I didn't see this one. Oh, is this a joke?
Go to ChatGPT and say, please create a website
Please
as if you're a methed up appliance repairman from the deep south.
Yeah. This is about joke about like doctors being advanced. The American doctor, not to be outdone, interjected, "You guys are way behind. We're about to take a woman with no brains, send her to Washington, where she will become president, and then half the country will be out looking for work." What is this in response to? This is like, is this about Sarah Palin? That must be about Sarah Palin because all this is like 08. Like,
What
I
the
don't know.
hell?
Very strange, very bizarre.
I wonder who you voted for last year.
Yeah. So I think this guy likes Obama. I think he voted for Obama. From what I can tell. We are now 20 months into the Obama reign of error, and the price of crude oil is still well above the pricing levels of George W. Bush. Yeah. I love how he keeps changing where to put the parentheses, not parentheses, the
Apostrophe.
apostrophe in the Quran. Like, it's just Quran, which is great. It's
And he
very
also
cool.
loves putting random spaces on the other side of punctuation, including periods. It's really something. Wait, what the hell?
So
What is-
okay, yeah. So again, let me explain again the quite schizophrenic nature of this website and the lore here. So apparently there is a website called Stuff Fundies Like, and it's not a thing anymore, but this website or like people reacting to this website, and this is back in like 05 or whatever, like back when it was just the blog days. Like this is before atheist YouTube was a thing, back when atheists were purely just snarking through blogs. And I guess this is like a comic that he has made and put together. Hey, Daryl, Stuff Fundies Like is no longer active, though it's still online. So I'd like to sit down and talk to you about my new listing that's perfect for you. Plus, the broker in charge says I have to sell. So what say you? Sure, John Melton. Thanks for asking, but I believe it's just a bit out of my range. I mean, well, it's also too nice for me. Daryl of Stuff Fundies, who likes mocking but doesn't like bullies. Really? It's really good.
He's never
is-
seen a well that he doesn't want to poison.
Yeah. This is really cutting edge satire, I think. Certainly I haven't seen it anywhere. It's really cool. Yeah. This is again, I think comments either on the Fundies blog or the Fundies Like blog. Yeah, okay. Below is screenshot of the original comments by John Melton as originally written. And so like he is like commenting here, and it's just like mid 2000s internet drama. That's really what's happening here. And it's just funny. He's just putting them on blast on his website. Which go off, King.
Yeah, it
know.
looks like he just discovered the internet and was just instantly all in on flaming
Yeah.
everybody that he had an issue with.
Yeah, he was into it. I think that's what's like all of this is. Yeah, so this is like explaining some of this backstory, this like 20-year-old internet drama that's on here for some reason. I don't know.
He
I don't
sounds
know
like
if I
his
wanna read
mind
all
just
that.
resides in a permanent state of rage and he just types it all constantly without
Yeah.
any filter or any revision.
Note, Daryl and his fellow atheists and agnostics are making light of biblical truths that we believers in Christ adhere to as fact and faith. To mock Christians is to mock the bride of Christ. So,
Sounds kind of gay to me.
yeah, it says, what, are you going to kiss Christ? Are you gay? Yeah, there is something to that. Yeah, man. Again, it's just really, really great, really good stuff. I don't know. We could probably end it there. I think.
Yeah.
I think we've seen a lot. There is a little
If you're
bit
ever
more to see,
if you're
but
ever driving through what town, what state is he in again? North Carolina,
South Carolina, South
Yeah.
Carolina, folks, viewers in
Be
South
care- be-
Carolina.
Be careful where you drive in South Carolina.
Yeah. If you need a appliance, new or used, why not hit them up? Why not see what the experience is like? You know, maybe it's a good product. I don't know.
David said, "What if this episode of Zadanza shows up on this website in a few weeks?"
That'd be sick. That'd be awesome. I don't know about you, Zod. I fully approve. If this man would like to post our content on his website, I say, yeah, sure. Let's do it.
We are mockers. We are scorners.
Yeah. I hope
Let
we
him
get
do
on
his
there.
best stochastic terrorism.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, like, I don't like, I don't think he'd try to dox us or anything. But maybe he would actually. Maybe it would be a bad idea to encourage that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure I want on this guy's radar.
Yeah, maybe it's a good point. I'm just saying it's interesting. You know, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very peculiar. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you, Zod. What did you think of the experience overall?
You know, I thought I'd seen it all in terms of like just rabid King James only, you're going to hell. And somehow you found another flavor of that I just,
Well,
wow.
I told you it wasn't like it's a little different. It's a little different from what you've seen before. I certainly haven't seen anything like it.
I think the takeaway from this is that you feel like all this stuff is going to be the same, but
Yeah.
every time you go to the wrong corner of the internet and turn over a stone, you're just going to find a whole other world of things you wish did not exist.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm just glad there's still websites out there that exist like this. I keep saying it, but it's like, I don't know, with an internet that becomes increasingly sanitized, I like the little corners of crazy that you can find, you know, and just kind of see what's there. It's a kind of dumpster diving that I really appreciate. So I respect it for that, if anything.
Cool.
And yeah, that's really it.
I think maybe respect might be the wrong word. Maybe appreciate. Is that more what you were going?
Appreciate it. I like a cultural anthropologist might appreciate like a cannibalism ceremony. You know, it's like I guess there is something to it that's unique and should be studied, right? But maybe not replicated. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe this shouldn't be a thing everyone does actually.
I guess I don't want to shoot down your phrasing. I get let you express what you have to express.
No,
but,
it's fine.
you know, maybe you could respect the sheer commitment.
There's a commitment. Yeah. That's true. In a time where you want to do the mainstream thing and you want to conform, this man is not conforming. Okay. He is sticking to his values and principles, which include no refunds and that Barack Hussein Obama owes America an apology for those Bibles that got burned in 2009 in Afghanistan.
If somebody tries to get a $26 refund out of you, you fight them all the way to the grave and make sure it's public on your website.
Name them and shame them. Yeah. Really good stuff.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. Please like, comment, subscribe, Patreon if you can do it, whatever. You know the drill.
Mm-hmm.
No refunds.
No refunds. That's it. This stream, no refunds.
If we send you a product without all the parts, I do not want to hear any of your.
I don't want to hear any of it. I don't want to hear any of it.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. Voy a cantar esta canción con mucho cariño de mi corazón a la República Dominicana, la casa del merengue y la casa de la bachata. La, 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 la casa del merengue. La, 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 y la casa de la bachata.